Hello and welcome, students, to your English class. My name is Adrián Castro, and today we're going to be studying Science and Technology, Part 1. Before we get started, it's important that we go over concept definition. Firstly, what is science? What is technology? Well, we need to get a grasp of what these things mean before we continue. Science can be defined as the knowledge covering the general truths or the operation of general laws obtained and tested through the scientific method. And technology can be defined as the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in machinery and equipment development. If you could tell from these definitions, both concepts are closely related and need each other to create progress, which means that advances in science allow advances in technology, and advances in technology allow advances in science. These concepts go hand in hand and need each other to coexist. I invite you to go online and research other potential meanings of what science and technology can be. These are the most general ones, but they can be defined more specifically. Now, let's go over some of the vocabulary of this unit as well as its phonetics. I invite you to follow along and try to pronounce these words with me. The first word is invention. It is divided into 3 syllables and is pronounced invention. Its meaning is a device or process originated after study and experimentation. The next word is device. It's divided into 2 syllables and is pronounced device. Device can be defined as an object or thing made or adapted for a particular purpose. Electronics. This word is divided into 4 syllables and is pronounced electronics. Electronics is defined as circuits or devices using transistors, microchips, and other components. Moving on to the word screen. This word is a single-syllable word and is pronounced screen. It is defined as a flat panel or area on an electronic device that displays images and data. And now the last word, computer. This word is divided into 3 syllables and is pronounced computer. Computer is defined as a programmable electronic device that can store, retrieve, and process data. Now, it's time to read. Hopefully, you can follow along and read with me. Also, try to pay attention to the details of the reading, as you will have to answer some questions after. Scientists at the University of East Anglia, England, have created lip-reading computers that can distinguish between different languages. Although computers that can read lips are already in development, this is the first time that they have been taught to recognize different languages. This achievement could have practical uses for deaf people, for law enforcement agencies, and in noisy environments. The technology was developed by statistical modeling of the lip motions made by a group of 23 bilingual and trilingual speakers. The system was able to identify which language an individual speaker spoke with very high accuracy. The languages included English, French, German, Arabic, Mandarin, Cantonese, Italian, Polish, and Russian. Lastly, let's do some practice. Based on the previous text that we just read, answer the following questions out loud. What is an advantage of lip-reading computers? They A. Create particular lip motions. B. Teach you how to speak a language. Or C. Are useful for people who cannot hear. The correct answer is C. Are useful for people who cannot hear. If you paid attention during the reading, you will notice that at some point it is mentioned that it can help people that are deaf, meaning people that cannot hear. How was the technology of the lip-reading computer tested? They took people who A. Spoke more than one language. B. Had automatic movement of their lips. C. Had different shapes of their mouths. The correct answer is A. Spoke more than one language. In the text, it is mentioned that they used people who were bilingual or trilingual, meaning that they spoke 2 or 3 languages, meaning more than one. And for the last question, who invented the lip-reading computer mentioned in the text? Is it A. People from France, B. Researchers from a university, or C. Scientists from Taiwan? The correct answer is B. Researchers from a university. At the very beginning of the text, it is mentioned that this was conducted by researchers from a university in England. We've nearly reached the end. Now that we've gone over this part of the unit, let's do a quick review. In this video, we went over the concepts of science and technology. As I mentioned earlier, you can try and look for meanings yourself. Perhaps you will find a different meaning or a more specific one. We also went through technological vocabulary, words that are very important for this unit and we will be using in the next couple of videos. Following that, we went over a reading of a scientific text speaking about lip-reading computers. And lastly, we went over a multiple choice practice that hopefully you answered with me. If you happen to have any doubts, please watch the video again. You may have not caught some important information and you can do that at any time, since you can rewatch this video as many times you want. Please stay tuned for the continuation of this video. Next video will be Science and Technology Part 2. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, but more importantly, I hope you learned something important today. I hope to see you in the next video, where we'll discuss more of science and technology. So, please take care and stay safe. See you next time.